Venetian glass is perhaps the most famous glass in the world. In the 19th century, the hand-blown glassware was so popular it was sought after by royalty. Today, the intricate pieces are still in demand, with visitors flocking to one Venetian island to see how it's made. There, artisans use ancient techniques to continue the trade, including one entrepreneur who's making waves by turning the old-world craft into modern-day art. This is not a bad place to work every day.
No, it's pretty awesome, yeah.
There are few places more picturesque than Italy's island of Murano. And here, along its main canal, Roberto Beltrami found the perfect place to set up shop.
It's unique because it's like a historic building. This is a Byzantine arch from the 1100s.
This building is headquarters for his company, Wave Murano Glass, where 15 skilled craftspeople create glassware, sculptures, and more.
What's really exciting about this craft, every day you learn a little bit more about the material, you're able to control it a little bit more, and your muscle memory, it's almost like being an athlete, right?
At 33, Beltrami is the youngest glassmaster on the island, a designation that means he's an expert in a trade dating back to the 8th century. And with a workshop that's open to the public, his talent is on full display. Beltrami grew up in the industrial city of Brescia. The son of two entrepreneurs, he remembers a specific obsession that would eventually shape his life.
I'd always been a pyro. I burned a couch before I could walk. I would do experiments in the house, melt tin, plastic, make sculptures with wood, cardboard, wax, anything I could find around the house. I would melt soldering tin for circuits in a pot at home and pour it into plaster molds that I had made to sell jewelry at school.
Oh, that's great. So that side was always there.
Yeah.
He spent his junior and senior years of high school studying in the U.S., then headed to Boston University as a physics major. But before Beltrami could graduate, he went to a life-changing exhibition by artist Dale Chihuly.
Many people cry when they go to see Chihuly exhibitions, and I understand. I walked through the exhibition once, and then I walked another time through it, and then I walked a third time through it, and then I came home and I started maniacally look at YouTube videos about glass and researching it, and yeah.
So Beltrami headed back to Italy, specifically Murano, where he interned with a glassmaker for a year and a half before finding paid work. Not an easy undertaking, since the craft is usually passed down within families.
Were you accepted as somebody who wasn't from a glass-blowing family that wanted to learn this craft?
Well, initially, I guess I was, because I wasn't a threat to anyone, right? I was just a little kid that was in love with glass.
Yeah.
But then, over time, I found it more and more difficult to learn and grow because people are very protective of their craft. Really, I always say my biggest teacher was my science background.
Wave Murano was first based out of a small workshop, with Beltrami moving the company to this space in 2020. 2 years later, the European gas shortage hit.
A gas price, since we opened the business, has always been around 10,000 euros a month, which for a very small startup is an insane overhead. And then our gas price hiked up to 60,000 euros in 1 month.
That can end a business right there.
Yeah, and it would have ended us, but the government thankfully helped us. It took a while for the money to get in our bank account, but in the end it arrived, and so we were able to breathe.
Beltrami's science background also a help, steering him to embrace new technology to help lower operating costs.
So these are like a new school furnace.
Yeah, these are actually from the United States, from my furnace guru from Massachusetts. And together we designed this new format that employs a very efficient heat recuperation technology that's not unheard of, but it's done in a way that makes the furnaces an order of magnitude more efficient than other traditional Murano furnaces.
So saves you a lot of money?
Yeah, 80 to 90% gas savings.
Wow.
So, yeah.
The process of glass blowing is fascinating to watch.
Okay.
He's rolling the pipe inside of a molten glass, and just like honey, he's picking it up because glass, when it's at that temperature, has the same viscosity as honey.
But some of the veteran craftsmen make it look easy, like Federico Rossi, with more than 30 years in the trade.
Right now, he's going to wait for this to cool down so he can add another layer of glass on top of it. And this is how we get enough material to make the piece that we want to make.
One of the final steps requires a mold. This one is modular and made of wood, a less expensive alternative to the traditional cast iron molds.
And as he blows, the glass inflates and of course takes the shape of the mold.
This is incredible.
The factory is staffed by professionals from around the world, including Ana Maria Perez Garrido from Spain.
There are not a lot of women that are glass blowing. What's it like being one of the few?
Well, in Murano, it's not too much woman. It is a long tradition, and I understand the tradition is tradition, but also we need to change that.
One woman at a time.
Okay.
So if I get hooked and I want a job,
Well, yeah, we can
we'll
work
see
that
how I
out.
do.
Yeah,
right?
well, let's see.
Let's see how I do.
This is your job interview. Yeah.
He wasn't kidding. A lesson and interview all rolled into one.
And what we do is we even out. See how the shape of the glass is evening out?
Yeah.
And when it's nice and even, I'm gonna start a bubble inside of a glass. There we go. You can put that back in the bucket. And now I'm gonna blow a bubble inside of a glass. So
The glass is heated some more, then a neckline is formed.
see how that's cracking the glass from thermal shock? And now you're just gonna use this to tap the pipe here.
Just tap.
Yep, harder, like this. Yeah.
This is so cool.
I told you you were gonna be hooked. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The last step is gonna be removing it, which is often the most critical. That ends up breaking the piece. Perfect.
After my lesson, Roberto went to work. Using ancient techniques and modern inspiration to create another work of art reflecting both.
I get a lot of critique for like the approach we have to glass and like the changes that we made, and a lot of people still don't believe in the numbers. I try to show everyone about the furnaces that we developed, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I just think, you know, like I have my vision, and together with my team, we're gonna bring Murano to the next level. Well, to the old splendor and above. Yeah.
If you couldn't tell, I had so much fun. So here's my glass, which is, I said to Roberto, it's perfectly imperfect. I would never get a job, but I feel like this little, I gave it a little like thumb holder spot, kind of,
There you
know.
go.
Check out their website. There's so many places there, but I love that he's taking a new approach with something so old. He's not trying to change and like get rid of what they were doing, just do it better, do it differently, do it more cost effectively.
You brought the big, beautiful
I
vase
did
back
not.
to me and Jeff.
I did
right?
not. I got. But by the way, this is
What is
glass.
that?
This is glass.
Oh,
This is
wow.
a ring. Sorry.
It's a ring.
This is a ring.
And that's from
and
Michelle.
it's glass. Michelle wears it sometimes.
Yes,
Oh,
I
does
do.
she?
She does.
Oh.
It's amazing. Loved it.
It's such a fascinating.
It really is.